Good morning. This is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutloud.com. Welcome to my pre-market game plan for the major future indices, gold and oil for today, January 4th, and it's 9:11 a.m. Eastern Time. So let's start with the daily chart this time. We have the E-mini Dow right here in front of us, and we have a continuation to the upside. This is what is very interesting right here is that we have a continuation to the upside. We have set, and this support level that was established on Friday, the last trading day of the year, at 19,655 is holding. So as long as the support level is holding, and not only that, when we have a secondary level of support here at 19,700 established yesterday from yesterday's trading session that flushed to the downside, and now it's getting picked up again, establishing a new support level at 19,780, which is one of my areas of interest. So I'm going to zoom back to the hourly chart. So this is the area that from which it bounced, the 19,780 area, and it's continuing higher. We have established again a fourth level of support at 811, so 19,811, and we're continuing higher. Now here we have a pretty flat 200, which is putting some kind of pressure on price, somewhat of pressure on price, and is trying to drag price a little lower. So if we break below 19,829, we can come back into the 820 area, perhaps 820, 815 area. We're going to see how that's going to trade throughout the day today. We don't have a lot of economic releases coming out today, and actually we don't have a lot of economic releases that are coming throughout this week. So next week we have Fed meetings that are coming out at 2 o'clock, but hopefully our trading will be all done by that period of time. So we're going to try to squeeze everything in as earlier as possible. So guidelines for YM, like I said, we can get a flurry down. So watch the 19,820 area and perhaps a bounce off this area if we're triggering this hourly sell. 920 is going to be the area of interest with a stop, protective stop at 810. So we're going to have a 10 point range here from which we can pick up YM to the upside. So I'm not going to short anything. Like I said, I'm not into shorting this very strong market yet, unless it proves to be break this area at 661. So for today, watch for a pullback into the 20 support level at 10. Look for a continuation higher into 880, 900, and 920. These are going to be the three areas that I'm going to be looking for today. Let's move very quickly to the E-mini S&P 500 index, which had a really powerful move to the upside. It cleared areas of resistance throughout its rally. It's continuing higher. First level of support from the overnight session is at 2250. Secondary level from which it consolidated here, it is at 53 and 54, and you could see that there was a tug of war here between the bulls and the bears. I mean, who's going to get quicker to the upside and faster? But the bulls won. They established a new high at 2258.50, and we're getting this trigger from the hourly buy, which is normal, very close to the New York session open. So wait for a pullback, 2255 with a protected stop, 2253.50. Possible continuation higher into 2258.50, 2260.50, and then look for 65. Next target is going to be 2267.50, and ultimate target is going to be 2270. So this is what I'm going to be looking for today. So now we got this topping tail here that suggests that we might get a pullback into this prior area. So don't forget that we're still in a very strong trend. Okay, let's move to E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures, and we have it right here. Let me just erase these drawings. All right, so grinding higher nonetheless. We have established a support level yesterday at 4880 area. Beautiful area for a bounce. If you were trading at the end of the day, established a secondary level here at 4900, a little above 4900, and it's meandering right here with a very tight base, and I actually love this base. So in plan for today, this place, and actually this place is going to be, I'm going to have a double take on this. on this base right here. So 49.09 is going to be the support area, and 49.18 is going to be the resistance area. So if we break below the 49.09, well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, a short would be possible with a target into the 49.03, 4900, and all the way to 48.80 back again. But if we break above this range at 49.18, and this is going to be the trigger price, 49.18, we have room to continue higher into the 49.30. 49.30.50, 0.60 around this area, and this is going to be a real issue because we have this 200 moving average is going to put a lot of pressure on price as well. But if we just burst through this one, you're going to look for a next target into the 40, 50, 60 area, 66. Yeah, 60 area, and then look for 80, and obviously go for the last year's high, the 49.94.50. This is the game plan here. Let's take a look at GC. And GC, this is gold, gold futures, and GC has established a support level at 1156, bounced higher into 1168, and at this point is ready to stabilize. So we're getting the pullback as usual, but don't forget one thing. It's trying to find support into this prior high, which is minor support here. So 1163.60 is another support area. So we're going to see how the price is going to react at this area, whether it's going to breach this area and continue lower, or if it's going to find support here and move higher. So smaller time frames are going to dictate what gold is going to do for the rest of the day. But for small time frames, there is support established here, and don't forget that we opened earlier in gold. So for the moment, what we have here is at about 850, we have established a support level at 1163, which is this low right here. Okay, 1163. And we're dancing around to about 1165. So 1165 can be the trigger for the upside for gold, continuing higher into 1168 and change, and actually continuing higher into 1170. Now, for other prices to the upside, for a possible continuation higher, guys, it has room to run into 1200. So that is the area. 1200 is the area. All right, last but not least, let's take a look at oil. Oil had a big bar to the downside, but I just want to show you one thing on the daily chart before I conclude this recording, is that this support level at $52 is a very strong support level. So we might find buyers. So right now the price is at $52.50. If we get a pullback into the $52 area, this is a very strong minor support area that is likely to hold in this, likely to hold price at this point, and possibly for another continuation higher. We also have the 20-period moving average that is going to put some kind of pressure on price. That's why for the day, I'm very, very neutral. You could see that we have a very neutral candlestick for the day. We have this doji, so we don't have a bias, right? We don't have bias. Bulls, bears, nothing there. They're sitting at the negotiating table trying to decide who's going to take charge of today. Nonetheless, it's looking really weak when we are going to smaller time frames, but don't forget one thing, that the smaller time frames are not the ones that are dictating, and the bigger time frames are the ones that are dictating. But nonetheless, smaller time frames dictate that a possible breakdown of this $52.25 is possible. That can project it back down to $52. But don't forget, the $52 is the problematic area. All right, this is all for today. Hope you all have a very profitable trading day. Don't forget that we have the class that is in a new format. We're going to present it. We have a live webinar on on Thursday. That is tomorrow. Make sure to get on our email list. And in order to do that, you can visit our Twitter feed. It is Twitter at Anka Metcalf, and there are links there to the webinar invite. So the free webinar is this Thursday at 12 o'clock, and we will discuss more about the class, more about futures, more about my style of trading, and etc. But the new class starts on January 21st. It's in a new and exciting format. It's a 3-day class this time, and it is comprehensive education Saturday and Sunday, and we're going to have a trading lab on Monday from 11 I'm sorry from 8 a.m. till about 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And the education classes are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time with only a 1-hour break at lunch. And also, you guys are also, I'm going to handhold you for a whole month. So this is the change. I'm going to handhold you for a whole month, and I am going to give you trades. So you're not going to be trading alone. 1 to 2 trades a day maximum. I don't trade a lot. I have a very high odd probability in my trading, a very high batting average. So we're going to go for trade less and make more. All right, guys, this is all for today. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you here tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful and profitable day.